So Orlando's first away game of the season last night finished in a 2-1 defeat at Colorado. Basically disappointing result after Oscar Pareja's side dominated for long spells in the game. Had multiple good opportunities at goal. Orlando were hit with a sucker punch in stoppage time at the end of the second half. A free header on a corner just sent in by Drew Moor. Orlando fans are left with the feeling of same old really. We can't forget about the fact that they are missing Dom Dwyer and Nani through injury and suspension. But Tesho Akindele and Benji Michel started up top. Didn't have a lot to work with, but didn't really get in the game either. They weren't really effective in the contest. It was more Howie Moutinho, Junior Urso, Andres Pereira, them players looking the most likely to break the deadlock. Like I said, there was plenty of positives in the game for Oscar Pareja to take into next week's game against Chicago Fire. Dominated the possession, dominated the ball, but again, all that matters and all that anyone looks for is the result, is the league table. Orlando have finished with 0 points from the game and they've only got 1 point from the opening 2 games. The Rapids broke the deadlock midway through the second half when Andres Pereira just got spun about 23 yards from goal. It was a good finish from the Rapids midfielder, Namdali. Time was running out for Orlando, but they did find an equaliser 8 minutes from time. It came from that man, Chris Mueller, off the bench. It was created by the player that was potentially at fault for the Rapids' first goal. Andres Pereira, a lovely through ball, just threaded it in behind the Colorado defence. And Chris Mueller latched onto the through ball and just had to help it. Didn't need to lash it, didn't need to thrash it. Just a little touch past Clint Irwin in the Colorado goal was enough to find the bottom corner. And that looked to have sealed a point for Orlando and 2 points from the opening 2 games to remain unbeaten, which wouldn't have been a bad start in all honesty. But just after the 90-minute mark struck, a corner sent in and Drew Moor got up above everyone, a lapse in concentration, no one picking him up. Admittedly, it was a good leap from the centre-back and a good header, but you just can't be switching off at them crucial moments right at the death. You've got to pick up your men, get tight and get up. Didn't see many Orlando players jumping for that ball. There's only one player winning that ball, and that was Drew Moor, and he got what he deserved. Orlando could have had a number of goals in the first half too. Howie Moutinho, Jegson Mendez and Junior Urso all going close. Moutinho probably the closest, bending just wide with his weaker right foot. I guess that's what's angry Orlando fans at the minute. It's just that final touch, the end product, the clinical nature in the final third, it's just not clicking. And obviously a lot of that does come through Nani, but you can't rely on one man. Antonio Carlos was fantastic throughout. He made so many clearances and blocks, throwing his body on the line for the team, but it was just right at the death that he couldn't quite get up and beat Drew Moor to that header. Schlegel was pulling up a number of times at the latter part of that match through cramp. Obviously, he hadn't played in a while. It was his first game, debut last night. Obviously, Robin Janssen, people like that, you always know what you're going to get from them. Jegson Mendez gave 100% effort. It was just in that final third, it just couldn't quite make it happen when it mattered. Yes, they did get an equaliser through Chris Mueller. Lovely goal it was. But unfortunately, Orlando have to return to Florida with 0 points and now looking ahead to next Saturday's home match against Chicago Fire. Need to get a W on the board. Need to kickstart their 2020 season. It's a huge game and Nani will or should be back for that. Don't know if he'll be thrown straight into the starting 11. I mean, given the past 2 games, he probably should be, but you never know with this rotation and how it works. You'd have thought he'd be thrown straight in. Dom Dwyer, I'm not too sure how far away he is. Got to remember, it's still very early days, but need to get off to a good start really after obviously the disappointments of the past few seasons, not making the playoffs. Points on the board early on make a massive difference. So it's on to next week against Chicago Fire at home. We'll see you next time.